Hey fanboys, hey fangirls, Carnell Holley here, and we're at Southern-Fried Gaming Expo 2025 for the 12th annual, and Jeff Shine's back.
What's
Now,
up?
good sir,
Yes, sir.
was this already planned that you were going to make a,
Yes, it was not planned as far in advance as usually, but
okay,
my plan is to be here every year. Love
okay,
this event. This is one of my
nice,
favorites,
nice,
and it's right in my backyard, so it's great.
sweet. I like when you don't have to travel far,
Yeah.
hectic logistics. Now, we got a chance to speak last year,
Yes, we did.
geeked out.
I remember it fondly.
I appreciate that, good sir. Now, you're besides being the voice of Captain America, that's awesome. But we spoke about that. Check that in the other interview. But I really want to get into the fitness aspect.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Balancing out because I it's one of those things where I think you've noticed this too, where when we grew up,
Mm-hmm.
as far as playing games and then going outside,
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Well,
Where,
I can tell you, for me growing up, I wasn't even allowed to entertain the idea of playing games unless I had been outside.
oh,
I
sweet.
mean, like my parents were, they weren't overly strict, but it was like an hour a day
Right.
at the most,
Hmm.
never during the week, only on the weekends, and you better have been outside.
That's what I'm talking. Cause
Yeah.
wait, what about your grandparents?
As far as
You being outside.
I mean, my grandfather for sure was like an outdoors dude,
Mm,
working on cars or just being outside in the garden. Um, yeah, I would say like highly outdoors people. That generation in general, though, they're not like inside was you were like having tea or
right,
with friends,
right.
but otherwise you're out.
Because it's funny when you say it, like my nana, like summer vacation is just like my brother and I, like you need to go outside.
Yeah,
She was not having it for us watching TV, or even if we got a chance to bring our video games.
yeah.
But now we spoke about this off camera, and I gotta mention this, but um, because I was saying like he's not a bad looking guy, not at all. I
I mean, it depends on the day.
I like even though he's looking low key, you know what I'm saying? Like can you speak on the because you were listed as the hottest trainer, you know what I'm saying? How did that come about?
There was a time when I lived in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
One of the many jobs that I had was a bartender. I would wait tables. I did a little bit of training on the side, and there was I can't remember what periodical it was, but they were like interviewing trainers around LA, and I was nominated. I
Hmm.
didn't win
Okay, okay,
as a hot trainer in LA.
but you were in the running.
I mean, yeah, I guess to some extent I was in the running. I mean, I don't know what that says about the list, but
Now, you mentioned because this sounds like the typical before I got my big break, I was bartending, I was doing training, and that's so how because we didn't mention this before because as far as like how long after just to give a gauge of
Mhm.
people like everybody can blow up at any moment,
Yeah.
but when did you get your big break from that?
Geez, I don't even know if I've had it yet. Um, I yeah, I guess things started to kind of come together in a different way after I did The Walking Dead. So maybe that was like 2016,
Mm,
something like that.
okay.
But my career has always felt to me like a very slow burn
Mm,
where you can really trace the progress. And I never felt like overnight
okay.
at all, and I still feel
Well,
so far from where I.
and when you mention overnight, people think
It's
overnight, but
not.
like you've been putting in the work, and
Yeah,
and so it
I
like
I would say very rarely is overnight actually overnight. It
mhm,
does happen,
right,
but generally speaking, that's like usually average. That's 10 years in the making,
okay,
and then it's just all of a sudden that 10 years of um, compiling relationships and work
mm,
and studying it starts to come together in a way that more people take notice. But it's
nice,
usually a long grind.
the culmination, and
Yes,
then
exactly,
blossoming.
exactly.
Now, as far as
Yes.
fitness. Now, what would you suggest? Because you say active.
Yes.
As far as gamers that want to have that balance.
Sure. Well, okay, here's like an easy cheat into it. If you're like someone who does long stretches of gaming, like let's take for example, like you're a streamer.
Mhm.
So your job is this. I like to set a timer on my watch. Like if I'm doing something, if I'm going to be in my booth all day long recording, we'll just make that for argument's sake the same as streaming. I'll set a timer every hour. The timer goes off. 50 or 100 squats, 50 or 100 push-ups,
Nice.
minimally, just so that I'm moving.
Nice.
And then if I was gonna like add something in, and we're talking like bare bones, if you eat, go out for a 20-minute walk right after.
Okay.
Movement after food is huge.
Mm.
But sorry, I got distracted for a second. Yeah, I think fitness is a cornerstone, and you got to stay moving. And go ahead.
No,
What?
because that's Steve.
Oh, got it. There's action happening on the other side of camera.
Right.
It's okay. We're bringing you in. This is like we're breaking the fourth wall.
Because I thought it was fit. Like, no, we got the green light real quick, but I didn't know when he was going to show up.
Right on.
But the iconic Steve Ritchie. Now, as far as scheduling, what's your current split right now?
I lift 4 days a week. Cardio minimally on the other 3, and I usually, if I can, I'll add it into the other days as well. Split is a little funny. It's not. Essentially, you could really call it chest and tries, back and bis, legs and arms, but it's mixed in a little bit. So I'm never overtaxing anything completely. I try to. Right now, I'm doing high weight, low rep, and usually 2-3 reps from failure.
Nice. Dude, now I gotta ask this. Was talking?
I also offload all of this onto somebody else. Like,
right. Yeah, no, you have.
I got a dude who does all of it for me because it's even when you have the knowledge, it's hard to apply it to yourself. You need outside eye.
Right.
So I offload it.
Sweet. Now, as far as like talking fitness.
Yes.
Now, what was some of your inspirational characters that really gets you going when you're working out?
Oh. Well, I mean, I think probably for everybody who hits the gym, Arnold is like always in the forefront with some of the amazing things he's said and done. I think I always, but I also just kind of, truly for me, like the big motivation now in the gym is shifted. All I got to do is think about my daughter. That for me is like, that's the reason.
Sweet.